Deadline's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And then a lot of names keep coming up relative to the Browns. This from Brad Stainbrook tweeting out. Expect teams to call on players like David Njoku, Greg Newsome, and Elijah Moore before Tuesday at 4 o'clock. That's the trade deadline. Browns are already getting calls on Za'Darius Smith. So the word is Za'Darius Smith. The Lions are interested. It's looking like it might be a fourth-round pick. If they don't get what they want, I wouldn't trade Za'Darius Smith. He is under contract for next year. It'll be interesting to see if they think it's a multi-year rebuild. Za'Darius Smith probably gets dealt. If it's a pivot and they expect to contend, they may keep him. I would be very hesitant to trade Njoku. Newsome I might listen to just because the one position they seem to be able to identify pretty well are defensive backs relative to the draft.
Well, yeah, so I'm a big fan of David Njoku, and I'm a big fan because before Stefanski got here, if you remember, he was a blocking tight end for a couple years. He comes out of Miami. He's a super talent. He's got all this, and he didn't say anything about it. He wanted to get traded, and if you remember that little spat he had, and then he just kind of put his head down and went to work and was a blocking tight end and did everything they asked of him. In the last 2 years, him and Amari Cooper have been, and Nick Chubb have been their best players. And if you're going to have you win with players. David Njoku is your best player right now on offense. With Chubb coming back from injury and the receivers and trading Amari Cooper, David Njoku is your best weapon. So if you are trading David Njoku, you are starting completely over. And I don't know if that's the way to go. Njoku's a really good talent, seems to be a really good clubhouse guy, a guy who sacrificed his own stats to do the right thing a couple years ago, got the big contract. The other guys I can see, obviously there's got to be some change. Some people want some heads to roll, but I would stick with Njoku. I think he's a great talent.